Gerrymandering and redistricting are two different things. Redistricting is the redrawing of electoral district lines, and gerrymandering is the practice of redrawing those lines to establish an unfair political advantage by manipulating the boundaries of said electoral districts. There are four main strategies for gerrymandering, but only two are commonly talked about: packing and cracking. Packing is concentrating a voter group into a single electoral district to reduce their influence in other districts. Cracking is splitting up a specific type of voter to deny them a voting block. Before I get into where we are now, I'll talk about how we got there. In 1962, a court case about how Tennessee hadn't been redistricted since 1901 made its way to the Supreme Court, where it took over a year to make a decision and eventually passed due to an absent justice. The Baker ruling gave the Supreme Court the power to resolve legal challenges to the constitutionality of failing to reapportion after every census, which had given rise to grossly unequal districts. Future Supreme Court rulings eventually led to states being required to redistrict after every census. Time goes on, the Civil Rights Act gets signed into law, bipartisanship starts to decline, and California becomes the largest state in population, and as a result, becomes a political battleground. I was looking for examples of gerrymandering, and I came across Texas' 2nd Congressional District. After seeing the shape of this district, I decided to focus on Houston, Texas, where the 2nd District sits. It's a very diverse city, and this district looks like it was drawn by a toddler. Examining a map of all the congressional districts in the Houston area gives a perfect demonstration of cracking to deny the citizens of Houston a larger voting block. Following the history of congressional districts is surprisingly hard. I tried finding some sort of linear path to follow for these congressional districts. Take Texas's 35th for example. Texas's 35th has only existed for 7 years and was redistricted out of the 25th, but the 25th was redistricted out of the 10th and into the 35th, and 8 years before that, the 25th was redistricted into the 9th. I looked on the official US Census site and it gives you the current district of any given state, but you cannot see the history of it. All of the information I have is from Wikipedia rabbit holes because there doesn't seem to be any other place to find this information. The 2016 election and the 4 years that followed seemed to be a wake-up call for Americans that changed the culture around voting and started a fight against voter suppression. Hopefully in the future, we can figure out a way to get rid of it. But until then, we have to work around it. Thank you for your time.